And the Lord said to Moses, Say to the sons of Israel, when either a man or a woman makes a special vow, the vow of a Nazarite, to separate himself to the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink. He shall drink no vinegar made from wine or strong drink, and shall not drink any juice or grapes, or eat grapes, fresh or dried. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is produced by grapevine, not even the seeds or the skins. All the days of his vow of separation, no razor shall come upon his head, until the time is completed for which he separates himself to the Lord. He shall be holy. He shall let the locks of hair of his head grow long. All the days that he separates himself to the Lord, he shall not go near a dead body, neither for his father nor for his mother, nor for his brother or sister, if they die, shall he make himself unclean, because his separation to God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he is holy to the Lord. And if any man dies very suddenly beside him, and he defiles his consecrated head, then he shall shave his head on the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day he shall shave it. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons to the priest to the door of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall offer one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make atonement for him, because he sinned by reason of the dead body. And he shall consecrate his head that same day, and separate himself to the Lord for the days of his separation, and bring a male lamb a year old for a guilt offering. But the former time shall be void, because his separation was defiled. And this is the law for the Nazarite, when the time of his separation has been completed. He shall be brought to the door of the tent of meeting, and he shall offer his gift to the Lord, 1 male lamb a year old, without blemish, for a burnt offering, and 1 ewe lamb a year old, without blemish, as a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish, as a peace offering, and a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers spread with oil, and their cereal offering, and their drink offerings. And the priest shall present them before the Lord, and offer his sin offering, and his burnt offering. And he shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of peace offering to the Lord, and the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall offer also its cereal offering, and its drink offering. And the Nazarite shall shave his consecrated head at the door of the tent of meeting, and shall take the hair from his consecrated head and put it on the fire, which is under the sacrifice of the peace offering. And the priest shall take the shoulder of the ram, when it is boiled, and 1 unleavened cake out of the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, and shall put them upon the hands of the Nazarite, after he has shaven the hair of his consecration. And the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. They are a holy portion for the priest, together with the breast that is waved, and the thigh that is offered. And after that the Nazarite may drink wine. This is the law for the Nazarite who takes a vow. His offering to the Lord shall be according to his vow as a Nazarite, apart from what else he can afford, in accordance with the vow which he takes. So shall he do according to the law for his separation as a Nazarite. The Lord said to Moses, Say to Aaron and his sons, Thus you shall bless the sons of Israel. You shall say to them, The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and give you peace. So shall they put my name upon the sons of Israel, and I will bless them. On the day when Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle, and had anointed and consecrated it with all its furnishings, and had anointed and consecrated the altar with all its utensils, the leaders of Israel, heads of their fathers' houses, the leaders of the tribes, who were over those who were numbered, offered and brought their offerings before the Lord. 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for every 2 of the leaders, and for each one an ox. They offered them before the tabernacle. Then the Lord said to Moses, Accept these from them, that they may be used in doing the service of the tent of meeting, and give them to the Levites, to each man according to his service. So Moses took the wagons and the oxen, and gave them to the Levites. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave to the sons of Gershon, according to their service, and 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari, according to their service. under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. But to the sons of Kohath he gave none, because they were charged with the care of the holy things, which had to be carried on the shoulder. And the leaders offered offerings for the dedication of the altar on the day it was anointed. And the leaders offered their offering before the altar. And the Lord said to Moses, They shall offer their offerings, 1 leader each day, for the dedication of the altar. He who offered his offering the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah, and his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour, mixed with oil for a cereal offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathanael, the son of Zuar, the leader of Issachar, made an offering. He offered for his offering 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a cereal offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Nathanael, the son of Zuar. On the third day, Eliab, the son of Helon, the leader of the men of Zebulun, his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a cereal offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Eliab, the son of Helon. On the fourth day, Elizur, the son of Shadir, the leader of the men of Reuben, his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour, mixed with oil for a cereal offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Elizur, the son of Shadir. On the fifth day, Shelumiel, the son of Zerushadai, the leader of the men of Simeon, his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour, mixed with oil for a cereal offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Shelumiel, the son of Zerushadai. To the choirmaster, according to Mahalath, a maskil of David. The fool says in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt, doing abominable iniquity. There is none that does good. God looks down from heaven upon the sons of men to see if there are any that are wise, that seek after God. They have all fallen away. They are all alike, depraved. There is none that does good, no, not one. Have those who work evil no understanding, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call upon God? There they are in great terror, in terror such has not been. For God will scatter the bones of the ungodly. They will be put to shame, for God has rejected them. Oh, that deliverance for Israel would come from Zion. When God restores the fortunes of his people, Jacob will rejoice and Israel be glad. Now when the Pharisees gathered together to him, with some of the scribes who had come from Jerusalem, they saw that some of his disciples ate with hands defiled, that is, unwashed. For the Pharisees, and all the Jews, do not eat unless they wash their hands, observing the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they purify themselves. And there are many other traditions which they observe, the washing of cups and pots and vessels of bronze. And the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, Why do your disciples not live according to the tradition of the elders, but eat with hands defiled? And he said to them, Well, did Isaiah prophesy of you hypocrites, as it is written, This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the precepts of men. You leave the commandment of God and hold fast the tradition of men. And he said to them, You have a fine way of rejecting the commandment of God in order to keep your tradition. For Moses said, Honor your father and your mother, and he who speaks evil of father or mother, let him surely die. But you say, If a man tells his father or his mother, What you would have gained from me is Corban, that is, given to God, then you no longer permit him to do anything for his father or mother, thus making void the word of God through your tradition which you hand on, and many such things you do. And he called the people to him again, and said to them, Hear me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside a man, which by going into him can defile him, but the things which come out of a man are what defile him. And when he has entered the house and left the people, his disciples asked him about the parable. And he said to them, Then are you also without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into a man from outside cannot defile him, since it enters, not his heart but his stomach, and so passes on? Thus he declared all foods clean. And he said, What comes out of a man is what defiles a man. For from within, out of the heart of man, come evil thoughts, fornication, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, licentiousness, envy, slander, pride, foolishness. All these things come from within, and they defile a man. These readings present starkly contrasting relationships with God. The fool in Psalm chapter 53 refuses to heed God and believes his wickedness will go unnoticed and unpunished, while Numbers chapter 6 gives instructions for Nazarites who wish to be specially set apart for the Lord. This involves an extraordinary commitment to ritual cleanness, which must be maintained even if a family member dies. Surprisingly, Jesus teaches that the fool and the Nazarite can coincide in people who are scrupulous about external practices, but whose hearts are far from God. Jesus doesn't thereby sweep aside ritual purity. He has come to fulfill the law, not abolish it. Nor does he criticize it as mere human invention, for it derives from God-given law. But he points out the senselessness of worrying about uncleanness while ignoring the evil things, to which uncleanness ultimately points. This lays the groundwork for the apostolic decision not to require Mosaic ritual purity of Gentile believers, which is why St. Mark recognizes in hindsight that Jesus declared all fools clean. The purpose of all this is beautifully expressed in the priestly blessing given by God. So shall they put my name upon the sons of Israel, and I will bless them. Is your heart open to receive that blessing?